Hey everybody, Steveo here from Movies and TVs on the Ball, and I did a video talking about Freaky Friday, but what if you switched it and made it into a horror film? That's the premise of Freaky. The idea is the story takes place where Vince Vaughn plays a serial killer, sort of like a Jason-esque kind of thing. It's kind of character who is known as the Butcher, and he he is sort of on the loose. And I like how this, like, we kind of hear about the story that of kind of the version of the story where it takes place on Thursday the 12th, the day before Friday the 13th, and we kind of get the exposition of who he is and how it happens. And in this story, or in this film, Vince Vaughn plays the Butcher, who's a serial killer who attacks a high school student, and who's like the mascot of her school. And due to some sort of voodoo magical dagger, when Millie gets stabbed, they switch bodies, and basically she becomes the killer in the woman's body, and Vince Vaughn is her in her body. This is a really smart film. I think it works really well because the I think Vince Vaughn's character is really great, and Vince Vaughn really does a really good performance. But I really like the girl that plays Millie when she sort of turns into sort of a turns into the Butcher. I think this one works really well. I like or the film. The film really takes just the tropes of the slasher genre and puts it on its tail, and the fact that we really see Vince Vaughn, or the Butcher, becoming sort of having Millie in her Millie being in Vince Vaughn's body, the Butcher's body, really gives a really good thing. So it kind of reminds me a lot of like Freaky Friday meets Friday the 13th, and it's just done really well. The acting's done really well. My Millie has we have sort of a cop she has this cop sister who is sort of on the case, and then they have kind of a good standoff, and I think it works really well. Her best friends are sort of kind of tropes, but they have a really good character to it. But Freaky really works. I think Freaky is a really good, strong idea on two genres mashed together, and I think that's what makes Freaky works. And the fact that you can take something like Friday the 13th and Freaky Friday and put them into sort of a hybrid, it's really strong. So Freaky, I'll probably give it a 90, no, maybe not 97, maybe like an 87, a B plus. I think it works really well. Freaky is a strong film. I think Vince Vaughn can play both. As we know, he can play very comedic, but he can play also very menacing. And I think this is a really good menacing role for him. So Freaky, I think, is a strong film, great Halloween film. I would probably put this in sort of a category of the, maybe kind of with Scream, but it's more comedic, so it kind of has its own feel. But let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are on Freaky. Did you like it? Did you see it? Did you feel like this film has a lot of potential like I did? And I really liked how Millie, with Vince Vaughn in her head, or the Butcher in her head, has a really disdain look of things. We see a lot of chainsaw gore, and the gore's pretty mild for what it is. I think this film was rated PG-13. But that's my look at Freaky. Let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are. And as always, I'm Steve, and happy Friday the 13th if you're watching this on Friday the 13th. Peace.